Hey, let's talk the Airbnb business. One of the things I like to do is share some ideas. I talk to a lot of building owners and investors every day, connecting with them on their properties. And one of the things that, and I continue to hear in the news media is that there's a lot of Airbnbs for sale. So a lot of people getting out of the business. If you're trying to grow your Airbnb business, one of the things that you might want to consider is buying an existing Airbnb instead of buying an existing property and improving it and turning it into an Airbnb. If you purchase an existing Airbnb, the thing is that your improvements are likely going to give you bigger deductions than they would otherwise. So, for example, let's say you buy a condominium and it's operating as an Airbnb, and you want to take it from what you think is a B level property into an A level property. And so you're going to go invest, let's say $50,000, maybe $75,000 in that property and really bring it up to an entire another level. When you do that, if it's an existing Airbnb already, that's a commercial property. That's going to be considered qualified improvement property. So when you go in and we study that, if you have us study the building, we're going to be identifying the 5-year class life and the qualified improvement property. You're going to probably be able to write off that entire expense that you have. And then sometimes you don't even need us for that. But if it's a new property that you're buying, you're going to want to have us study the property overall and then also study the improvements. So those improvements are going to get identified almost always as 5 and 15-year class life property, qualified improvement property. Now, if you were to buy that as an existing condominium, it's just somebody's second home that they have. They use it occasionally, and they go down there, and you're going to buy it. You're going to turn it into this Airbnb business, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to spend $50,000 to $75,000 to do that. Well, when you do that, you're not going to get qualified improvement property status. You're going to get a lot of 5-year class life because a lot of that's going to be 5-year class life improvement. But you might only see maybe 40, 50, 60% of that get identified as 5-year class life so that you're able to take that as an immediate deduction with bonus depreciation. So you're going to be leaving some on the table. You're going to end up pushing that into 39-year class life. You won't get as big a deduction. So if you're looking to try to maximize your deductions in the Airbnb business and you're going to be improving the property, you may want to give some strong consideration to trying to buy an existing operating Airbnb property to take advantage of 100% bonus depreciation and qualified improvement property. My name is John Murphy. I represent a firm called CSSI. I work all over the United States. I help building owners and investors save money on their income taxes by doing cost segregation on their buildings and their investment property. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. Find me on my blog at costsegbuilding.com. Also, if you're curious, you want to check out our new calculator, go to costsegcalc.com, plug in your asset, and it will tell you what you can also save on your taxes by doing a cost segregation study. Take care.